Hi everybody, happy Thursday. Welcome to hashtag ATCMDC Open Collab, hosted by Tony, Kimmy, and myself. And everybody's links will be below. And please follow the hashtag to see what everybody else has created this week. Um, this is a little ATC I created. The back looks like that. I put a couple of little eggs on the back, and but this is the front. This is from the Dollar Tree. I just thought this guy was just too adorable. And then these are a couple of the little eggs I cut out from the coloring that I did. That was one of those fuzzy poster thingies. And I just liked the colors, and I thought it would make good Easter colors. So that is my ATC for today. Of course, I will add my information to the back when I send this out. So hopefully you find this little guy cute. And again, follow everybody that is has the hashtag in there, and just check out what everybody's doing. You'll love the variety and the creativity of everybody. So thank you so much for coming. And to add to this video, make it just a little bit longer like I usually do, I'm going to add in, I did a shorts video on these embroidery kits from the Dollar Tree, and somebody mentioned that they didn't know how to do the stitches. I am a beginner level, and you'll see that this is the one I did here, far from perfect, and then this is the other one I'm working on here. I just started it, and this is this one, and they have several ones and different levels, so just make sure to pick the level that you can that you like, or the design. They tell you how to do the stitches right here, and there's probably videos, but I'm going to show you just the quick and easy stitches I know how to do. I've not ever videoed this, so I'm going to hope that I'm in a video for this. So you just follow how many strands they tell you to make, and in this case, on these easy ones, it's 2 strands. And then they give it in the kit, they do give you the needle, the thread, the design, of course. The only thing they don't give you is the hoop. This is not the appropriate hoop. If you saw this one, it is a oval shaped and not round, and it's a little bit too big, but it's the one I already owned. And so I didn't want to buy one for one that this one works okay for me. It's probably, if you are a professional or experienced embroiderer, probably horrified by this, but this is the one I'm going to use. And then I have this size, so I have 2 sizes, and I only like to do, if I do these really little ones, because it's a little too detail oriented and a little bit too labor intensive for me. But I'm going to start with the most basic stitch that they have listed, and that's the straight stitch. And the straight stitch, I think we all know how to do, which is just going up, and then going to the point that they tell you to go to, pull it through, and you have a straight stitch. And then the next one that they tell you to do is a back stitch. And please, I'm going to apologize because I'm doing this sideways, so hopefully this is viewable and also something that is going to be fairly straight. So the back stitch, you just go forward a stitch, go to the top of your previous stitch, go through there. And this one is to make a line. And I think you usually use this to outline stuff. And so you're just going to follow the outline of whatever thing you're doing. And unlike this stitch, last stitch I did, they're supposed to be the same length, each one, but you just in a line. So I'm going to do one more. There we go. Okay, so that's this one. Then they have, they call it a stem stitch. I don't know what the names mean, but I'm sure somebody does. So the stem stitch, you start like you would with the straight stitch, and then you kind of do what you do with the back one, except for a little bit different. You would go half, instead of going to the point where the other one ended, you go halfway and really close, right next to the previous stitch, and then you go halfway the size of that stitch. And I'm sorry, my stitches are going to be funky shaped sizes, so because I can't really see. Normally I have to have this right up at my nose. And then you go the same side, so you always make sure you do the same side so that it has this kind of a pattern to it. So halfway down, up, halfway, and again, I do apologize. I am not an expert at this at any means. Halfway down, oops, and right next to it, halfway up, all the way until you finish that section. And so you see, and it's got a kind of a, I don't know what you call it, a pattern there. So that would be the stem stitch, as as it's called. The next one from there would be the satin stitch, and I'm going to use this little circle to do this one. And the satin stitch is you're just doing the straight stitch back and forth, back and forth. So I got a little bit of it started there, so I'm going to see if I can see. So you just go from one point to the top of that design, and then you would go back down to the bottom again, and then do a straight stitch to the top, and you do it next to the other stitch side, and you want it to be right side by side. I can't tell if I'm doing side by side, so I do apologize. But so you go side by side, all the way across. And I'm sorry, I can't get my, I am not using the appropriate embroidery fabric because I'm just using a piece of, actually, it's a dust rag, but it's white. And the yellow was the only color I had that I owned. I don't own any other embroidery floss other than what came with the kit, and I didn't want to use that in case I use it all up. And so that is this one. And give me just 1 second. I'm going to let the dog out. Ready. All right. Sorry about that. All right. So it looks like this at the end, or let me see on this one. So in this case, used it on the, oh, my too close to the flower right there is where you used that one where you just went side by side by side. So that is that stitch. Let me see what other stitch there are. Satin, okay, the next one is, I'm gonna use a different one, is these little knot things. They're called a French knot. These are the one that I have the most difficulty with. I do recommend, if somebody else is good at this, if you could show how to do these. I am not good at these. So, but you come up by the little section that they tell you that you need the little French knot. And then for most people, they can do it without doing what I'm about to do here, but this is the only way I can get them done. So I come up and I grab a little bit of the fabric or material that's the embroidery, and I pull it through and I go right next to where my other one was. And then I just create a little knot. So, oops, let me grab. So you would pull all the way through like I did the first time. So, and I'm sorry if this is a little, this is not when I'm a beginner level. And then I hold it down because I have to. I can't do this without holding it down. And then hold that and I go around 3 times. And then I have to set it down. I'm sorry, I can't do this like a normal person that does it. And then you go back through the material. And we're going to hope this works because I only have success at this but every 3rd time. So, and then you hold the material in place, and this is hard to do in front of the camera, but you want to make sure that you're pulling, and I have to pull slow, the material all the way through, and so that you get a little knot at the end, see? And then you have your little knot that is the top of a, like for the nose, select the little nose, or the top of like a little flower, or like see this little flower that's on here. That's how you would do that. So that is that, and let's see. And then the final one that they have here on the at least the ones that I purchased. There might be more, but they show, again, they have little pictures of which ones to do. And I've only done little tiny kits over time, so I only know these really, really basic ones. So you would go to do the spider one. They call it the spider, but it's to make a flower. You just go and you make big straight stitches. And the way I learned was that you go next to the next one, underneath, up, and across. And then the closest one, and across. And the closest one, and across, until you get do the entire little pattern. And then you would come up between, as close to the base, between the two lines, or the two threads, up, go underneath one, all the way under all the thread, so that it forms a loop around the base of that one. And then you start going under two and back one. So you would start with the same one. And if I can get this one to work, I'm here, and I do hope I'm in camera. I'm gonna be really bummed if I'm not. I can't, okay. And you're only going over, you're not going through the fabric, you're just going underneath the thread. So you go under two, back one. So you're going back one, and you catch the entire thread knot like I just did. Under all of the thread, back one, and you're gonna just keep going around in the circle. And I have to turn my hoop because I can't do it the other way, but you want to make sure your little loops around the single thread is close to the base, because you're doing this to form a design. And so, and then back one, forward two, back one, forward two, around and around. And I'm not gonna keep going because I'm sure you guys got the gist. But then it ends up forming something like this here, where you've gone around and around and around until you've run out the thing. And that's how you form the little flowers. You don't want to pull as tight as I pulled, because then your flowers look really flat. I did on this sample here. But those are the stitches that they have on the little beginner kits. At least the ones that are on the beginner kits that I did. So hopefully for those that want to buy these and don't know how to do embroidery, this has helped. I'm pretty sure there are videos from experienced people that are probably nicer than mine, but this is my tutorial. So I thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.